It is Wednesday, October 20th, which, for those of you who don't know, is National LGBT Spirit Day, I think, where you're supposed to wear purple. So I'm rocking the purple this week. This week's question is basically, or topic, sorry, is basically talk about someone in your life who has done something great, a great person in your life. And the person I wanted to talk about is my grandpa, who I call Abuelo. He passed away a few years ago, but I wrote my college essay on him, and I think that this essay says it a lot better than I could in regular words, so I'm just going to read you guys some of it. It was only 7 words. I was only 5 years old. It was the end of a family beach vacation, and we were packing up for the last time. When it was finally time to go home, I scrambled to the car, ready to just get out of there. As I was shaking the sand off my body, my abuelo waved me over with a slight nod of his head to stand by his side. The wind was blowing his thick, dark hair around his head, and while his arms were filled with beach chairs, he drew me close with his wise, reassuring eyes. "Take one last look at the ocean," he explained, and when I asked why, he said that we would not be seeing the ocean for a long time, so I should try to remember it. So I stood with him and let my mind explore the vast, rough ocean. The waves thundered through, leaving white foam in their midst, and yet I became aware of a growing sense of safety. I engraved that ocean into my mind, and from that day and onwards still today, I make a point to take my last look at the ocean before I leave. Over the years, I have thought about what Abuelo was trying to teach me. Take one last look at the ocean. Stop and appreciate what is around you. Savor and cherish every single moment. Embrace what the world has given you and love yourself exactly as you are. If you inhale every single moment, the end will be much less tragic. Don't be afraid. The death of my abuelo shattered my world 13 years in the making. He genuinely loved life and treated every day like a gift. With his death came the drive to take what he had taught me and apply it to my life. With that, I started noticing the everyday things that I used to take for granted. Slowly but surely, I began to make changes. I tried my hardest to cherish every moment and embrace all that I had. I began to put aside time for personal reflection. It became an opportunity for me to think about the person I was becoming. I was constantly giving myself one last look, making sure that I was embracing my own life with open arms. Through this process of self-reflection, it became harder and harder for me to ignore a piece of myself that I had buried deep inside of me in an effort to make it disappear. This piece made its presence known more and more as I grew into my teens. Avoidance of the subject made it awfully difficult to appreciate myself. When I realized that my hesitance was hindering my personal growth, and comforted by Abuelo's words, I slowly began to let this piece of myself into conscious thought, to stop pushing it away. And for the first time, I said to myself, I think I might be a lesbian. My 7-word response took 10 years to compose. As soon as the words left my mouth, I felt lighter than I had ever felt, blah, blah, blah. Those 7 words became my path towards self-discovery. Take one last look at the ocean. My abuelo could not have possibly known that in saying this to me, he was indirectly transforming my entire life. He was simply exemplifying the way he lived his life, and for his love of the world around him, I will be forever grateful. So that's basically my grandfather, kind of his attitude and perspective, and the way he lived his life, that was what inspired me to finally take the jump and come out. So, yeah. And then our question is, what is your favorite scene from the L Word? And okay, so basically, my favorite scene, I really like all the Shane and Carmen scenes. I think their relationship is really awesome. Not all of it, not when they cheat on each other, but, I think it's really cute. Yeah, I think, did somebody else already say this? The scene where Shane comes out in a dress, when she's meeting Carmen's parents. I think... Carter, did you already say this? Oh, I'm sorry. I definitely just stole that. Ooh, sorry, my cat just hissed at me. But yeah, I can't lie, that's my favorite scene. So, with that, I will talk to you guys next Wednesday, and I hope you all are fabulous.